Hello there, this is Beth with another Froude's Fairy Oracle, and this is the Laume, like the himself. I have two cats here, so we'll see how this all goes, and the door's shut. So, the Laume, like the himself, the Lord, the lady. She's a the. If you get her, there was a while where she came up for me all the time. And she's really a wonderful fairy to work with. She's very kind in how she goes about doing things with people. And you notice her wings are a little tattered from all her giving, because she is about giving unconditionally and also receiving unconditionally. But the emphasis much of the time is on the giving and being willing to simply give and not expect anything back in return, which can be a difficult thing as being a human. We like to give something and then get little something back. But the thing is, a lot of times when she comes in, we're at a point where we've been looking at this end goal, we're looking at what we want to accomplish, and that's all we can see, and we're so stuck in our heads, and we're not receiving anything, we're not giving anything, and we're just like, stuckity. And it's not a fun place to be. And you can start to flip that around by be like, okay, what can I give? What can I just go out there and give? Whether it's like you volunteer, or when I was working with her, I used to do like individual card pulls in some of the groups I work am in on Facebook, just to start getting that energy flowing. And it really changed things a lot. It opened up my flow. I didn't feel as stifled. And life felt a lot better in general. And my money flow opened up. Because I went out there and I gave. I didn't expect to get anything back. It's just, how can I be kind? How can I go out there and commit some random acts of kindness is another way to do this. She's really about, how can you fill up some other people to fill yourself up, in a way. So if you start seeing this lady popping up in your readings, look at how you need to give, especially as she's upright. This is the one deck that I really work with reversals on, because it does really change the meaning quite a bit. And when she's reversed, it's not like some of the cards where it's like you have this blockage, something's blocking. If she's reversed, it means you need to pull back from that giving, that you're giving too much, that you're over giving and depleting yourself. So there is a balance there, and she really wants you to bring in that balance of how can you give, how can you receive, and when do you need to give as much as you can give. And she's really cool that way. It's very much a giving of kindness and of self-care also. She's not asking you to go out there and give everything away and deplete yourself. It's very much more energy of, how do I get out of my head? How do I move out of feeling like I'm stuck in this, like I got to get to the end goal and I can't get there, and there's all this stuff in my way. And sometimes if you just stop trying to do that and focus instead on what you can give your clients or your friends or your family. Be good over there, be nice. Okay, cats are sorted out. Yeah, just do something because you can is really her main thing. And when you start doing this, it's like when I was a teenager, there'd be all these people like going in the door at Crossroads Mall, which had, back then, that's before the automated doors for people in wheelchairs. Excuse me, also I have a tickle throat. In wheelchairs. So I'd hold open doors for people with strollers, people who had their arms full. And since I didn't look, I was all new wave and not normally looking back then in the 80s, people were always kind of shocked. And there's just all these nice little Mormon boys who didn't hold the door open, or all these other people who really, why aren't you holding this door open for this poor person who has no hands free? And I didn't, it was just, it's what you should do with someone that has no hands free. You hold the door open. You help them get let them get their stroller in easily. Let them get through the door easily by holding it open for them. And that's kind of like the idea of Laume. I didn't get anything out of it other than I was a nice person, and people would look at me surprised and say thank you, because I was not the person they expected to hold the door open for them. And it's a random act of kindness, and that was before that whole random act of kindness, and people, would go put stuff in the parking meters and got in trouble. That was kind of a funny one, but I digress. Give a bit more than you think you can. You see where it takes you. It's not about emptying your wallet and giving away all your cash to some homeless guy on the street. It's about being like, what can I do a little bit more than I normally would? How can I give a little bit more than I normally would? So your coworker needs help them. Cook dinner. If you don't normally cook dinner for someone, cook dinner. Try out some things and see where they take you. And if she comes up upside down, pull back on that giving. Pull back and focus in on self-care and filling yourself up. Because there hits a point where you can only give so much. Like when I was doing those card reading things and giving, she was everywhere upright for a very, very long time for me. And I just threw myself into that unconditional giving mind mode. And then one day, all of a sudden she started coming up upside down. And that was and I'm like, oh, I need to give more. And then I'm like, wait, let's see what she says when she's reversed. And it was like, pull back. Too much. Trying to pull back. Giving too much was what came up after a while. So she will give you like this kind of natural check and balance of, hey, too much, pull back when she starts coming in. So reverse, give freely. When she's upside down, you need to watch that giving and make sure you're taking care of yourself and not overgiving. So that's Laume. She's really wonderful to work with. I learned so much working directly with this fairy lady, and really had a lot of fun when I got into that mindset of giving unconditionally and just going out there and having some fun with it, as opposed to focusing so hard on that goal. And it's a good lesson to remember just in general, even if you're not getting her in a lesson. If you're too focused on the end and it's not working, how can you just ease up on that and maybe give a little more than you are at the moment? And if you need to pull back eventually, that's fine too, because she'll let you know, hey, time to pull back on that giving. You're giving a little too much. Alrighty, thank you for watching, and I'll see you around. Everyone have a wonderful day, and go out there and be the love in the world.